Okay, I think we are live. Let me check my audio real quick. What's going on, everybody? Give me 1 second, get some people in here. While I'm at it, big shout to my sponsors, Tremick, McLeod, Team Z, Handler Motorsports, Anderson, Ford Motorsports, Super Coops Unlimited. Appreciate all you guys. Appreciate everybody that's part of the channel. Just even if they're just watching, man. You know, we get our shit off the jack stands here. We stay motivated. Get our cars running. There we go. But yeah, big thanks to the guys in green too. Those are the guys in green chat with the green names are my members of the channel, man. Appreciate you guys. You know, month after month supporting us here, and you know what we do with our little my little space in the world. But anyways, got some stuff to catch up on this week. Last week we didn't get a chance to live stream because, well, we raced twice last weekend. We'll talk about that here in a minute. So we didn't really get home until late. Didn't have a whole lot I didn't have a whole lot prepared for last weekend. So, but again, we're going to be racing possibly again this weekend, but I don't foresee there being an issue going live next week. Like last week, we were still racing at like 6 o'clock, about 100 miles away. So, you know, getting home, I didn't get home till probably 10 o'clock that night, and I'm not going to bother y'all too late, you know? So, you know, what's up? It's been a couple weeks, man. I miss y'all. And you know what? You guys know I love doing this live stream shit with you, you know, Fox Body shit with Fox Body friends. You know, we're just talking some car shit, you know what I mean? I just enjoy it every week, you know, and getting a chance to update you guys on what's going on here in the channel and see what you guys got going on. So yeah, so first things first, you know, we the 363 is running good. We had a chance last weekend, like I said. We raced the back half. I ran 2 passes on the back half, and you know, if it wasn't for one thing, it was another. You know, throughout the whole year, it's just been a whole year of struggle. You know, specifically with the car, you know, the white car behind me, but we got it all pretty much ironed out. I don't know why I didn't put tubes in my double bead locks, but if you watch the video we had yesterday, we talk about it. I just stick shift cars, just, I mean, unless it's a radial, you know, it needs a slick, or not a slick, but it needs a tube. So, you know, I tried to run it without tubes because I was told that it'd be lighter and it'll be a little bit better, but I was just melting the tire. So we ended up, you know, Sunday morning coming home from the rewind, like the back half race we were racing, and we ended up winning a little bit of money, but I'm not really going to talk about that because I was like the only car that was functional. So, you know, that doesn't really count. But we took that money and we put it towards the second chance race, which was cool. I knew I was going to get my doors blowed in, but you know, it is what it is. I'm there to support it. I'm there to have some fun with some friends, and I didn't really give a shit, you know, spend another $50, enter into the second chance race, and you know, you might get lucky, you might not. You know, just got to get faster. But yeah, as far as Sunday was concerned, you know, we raced pretty much, I don't know, I think we got like 4 passes in on Sunday, 3 passes. When we came home Sunday morning, like super early, about 7 o'clock, we got everything, you know, we were over here kind of throwing our tubes in our double B locks, and it was raining all morning, and it's just like, you know, we didn't think we were going to be able to get that event off, but you know, luckily we, you know, the rain went away and we were able to drive the track. The track was actually in really, really good condition, but yeah. What's up, Vance Cooper? It's good to see you. We got a chance to meet up with Vance in his Cadillac. Got a chance to give him his Tremick banner. If you guys remember, Vance Cooper won a Tremick banner probably like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago, 5 months ago. So the last Tremick banner that I had, I gave to him because, I mean, obviously, you know, he won it or whatever. So super fast. I mean, I think he went out the back 167 mile an hour. It's like, that's like mid 8-second pass. He was looking for that 8-second slip. But anyway, so what's going on, man? You guys, I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. What's everybody up to? You guys building on some shit, getting your shit out the jack stands like we always do here on the channel, or what? We got some crazy builds coming up, man. Just like I had talked about in the title, man. from what I understand, if you didn't watch, I don't even think I got it on my phone, but I don't think I have it on my laptop. We actually did a short. Yeah, we did a short on YouTube where we put, and we actually did it on the live stream 2 weeks ago. We actually put Boss 302 heads on the 351 Windsor that was behind us, because 387 stroker was sitting right here, right? All in a big pile of a big mess of shit. And come to find out that the Boss 302 heads that I got, I don't have to actually modify them, because they're a 1 year only service replacement that already has water jackets in it, which is really cool. Those heads are, I mean, I know they're on iron head and everyone's like, well, why are you messing with the old shit? Bro, let me tell you, these cylinder heads, if there was one to put on the car, it'd be these ones. I mean, they have ports the size of New Mexico. They're extremely rare. I mean, they're like a 1 year only service replacement, Boss head, which had the water jackets, like I said, so you don't have to really do a whole lot of messing around with them. So it's gonna be pretty cool. You got wait till you guys see what we got going on. Like, everyone think, oh, you're gonna put it on a 302 or like a stock 351. No, that's not what they're going on. So we're gonna have a good time with them. But I just you wanted to drop in tonight, catch up with you guys for a little bit, and we got a lot of shit going on the channel. Got a lot of things coming up. It's build season soon with the coupe, so there's going to be. I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you the list of shit that I have to go through with the coupe. I mean, I shouldn't really. I mean, it's just going to be expensive, but that's going to be. I really should just. I mean, I got a lot of money and got a lot of good shit in this white car behind me. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. Yeah, for sure, Vance. I appreciate you. I appreciate you talking with me, bro. Mustang guy, busy buying parts for 347. What's up, Scott? Good to see you. KK Garage, good to see you. Anthony, what's going on? Yeah, what you guys working on, man? You guys know what we're doing over here. 363, like I said, is running good. And we did a video this past weekend. And this was probably, I'm gonna go ahead and show this one. The first round, or the second round against JP, like, this car legitimately, like, it came up about, this is our first time on two-step, like, where we made it adjustable, and then we worked, we fixed the clutch issue with the shims, because the other clutch issue had like a huge amount of air gap. So we fixed the clutch, an old diaphragm RXT, and we ended up pulling the wheels pretty good. And you can see the car like come up pretty good. I can't show a picture. I will show you. You can see it come up there pretty good. You got to tie it to the front end now. JP ran a good. He had a really, really good light on him. I started catching him. Thought I was going to be able to catch him with my scramble, but he put a really, really good light on me, and it was a really good time. But anyways, I think I got to bring the tighten up the front end of the white car a little bit, and maybe make some shock adjustments if we're going to be using the two-step a lot more. Because you remember, once we got the two-step working, we were going to go back to the 80 millimeter turbo, which we know we can put more power to. So it'd be pretty cool. How many passes do you feel bias plus or bias plies are good for? I'm right about 100. Yeah, 100. Maybe 70. I mean, at your power level and mile an hour, I probably would be swapping them out at like 50, Vance. 50 to 75, and just kind of watching, you know what I mean? But you run an adjustable clutch with a tamer, don't you? Or you just adjustable clutch? You're not really shocking that tire all that hard. Anthony, just bought a Mark 7 with a 5.0 HO, putting it in my Fox body. Have you ever converted speed density to MAF? Of course. This will be my first time building motor. Any advice for it's a Fox drift car? Okay. So if you're building a Fox drift car, you're going to be probably up on the RPMs quite a bit. To be honest with you, why would you convert it to MAF? If you're not looking for power per se, speed density is a good system, folks. I mean, it's a good system because it always works. Like it's not it doesn't change because of the MAF signal. It doesn't change because one thing's bad or lean or the other. It's like speed density has a set value file based off of like volumetric efficiency. Speed density would actually be pretty cool with some mods, no camshaft, but maybe some light mods with like exhaust and rockers and maybe even GT40 heads and intake and running that with drift. You could run that to 6,000 RPM all day and not really worry about it. Have you thought about running a clutch tamer? I have. We actually have a good friend of ours who's probably here in chat, Second Shift Racing, Garrett Leach. He has a clutch tamer that he's actually creating. Like it's in development. He had to order a bunch of, they had a bunch of stuff on back order. He just got it all in late July or early August. So he's kind of a little bit behind, but his clutch tamer works out pretty well. So if we tried one, it probably would be that one. But technically I don't really need a clutch tamer. When we go to a radial, I'll mess with the clutch tamer a little bit. We're going to try to maybe get down the track on a radial in the white car when we tie the suspension up and change some things up, like as far as like bar angles and stuff. So we may try to mess with the radial. Who knows? Hey, can you recommend valve seals? I need to replace mine NA-D003 heads. So Felpros, you can go to the parts store and get just some cheap Felpros. It'd be fine. Sober October, more money for parts. No kidding. But adjustable clutch, run tubes, 14 psi, sidewalls always hella wrinkle. I think I walled them up. So if you run tubes at 40, that's probably about right. Just keep adding some psi to it. What's up, Gabe Lards in the house? So what did you you made a post on Facebook, something about something being in your head. What are you trying to race? Is that what's bothering you? Or is it because you got your car? Didn't you just put a new motor in it or something? This is Gabe Large from down there, Midwest, one of our stick shift brothers. A Terminator, a 4.6 supercharged, a good motor for a swap and a Fox body. Yeah, why not? I mean, that's basically a Terminator swap. Anything's better than an LS, so that's not bullshit. But I mean, as far as like if you're going to spend that much money on a 4.6 supercharged, you're probably paying big money for it. I would probably just go ahead and Coyote swap it if you were set on putting a mod motor in, because Coyote swapping, it's going to be like more advantageous in the long run, and it's going to probably up the value of your car, exponentially versus a 4.6. So if you're going to spend the money on a 4.6 supercharged, I'm not trying to tell you not to, because it's your money, it's your car, it's your story. Just like our good friend Brother Tom talks about on YouTube. It's his car, it's his story. And it's the same thing with you guys and everybody who follows us on social media. It's your car, it's your story, it's your money. You do what you want to do with it. Nobody should be hating on you for what you want to do. But if you're asking for advice, I would also consider looking into a Coyote swap versus a 4.6, because, that's the next evolution. You know what I mean? If you're not going to do like a big inch Windsor or like a 351, you know what I mean? So Adventure Super Day, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you today. Good to see you. I ain't seen you guys. I miss you guys, man. I'm telling you, I missed you guys last couple of weeks. Always enjoy the Fox Body shit with Fox Body friends every Sunday night. You guys know that. Mustang LSX. Yeah. What's up, David Smith? Good to see you. What would cause the timing not to advance? Spout is in, new pickup, TFI, and coil. Not to advance. Might be an issue with your ECU. But spout is in, new pickup, TFI, and coil. Are you running a ignition box? Quick explanation, speed density versus mass air, please. Speed density doesn't adjust. Mass air does. You can mod speed density, but you can't change the camshaft because there's a set number of values. You know, volumetric efficiency, whatever. Computer runs really good. Actually, speed density works a lot. It works better than mass air than for the most part. But when you start really getting into heavy mods like camshaft, you know, HCI heads, intake, whatever, you're going to probably want to mass air swap it. At that point, you're talking about retuning it because it all becomes from the mass air sensor. You see what I mean? So they both have their advantages. They both have their disadvantages. It just depends on what you're trying to do with it. Yep. Are you ready to race? I'm helping a couple friends for this weekend in small tire 4 rounds. I was helping a couple of my friends this weekend. One was in small tire, 4 final rounds. Nice. Hell yeah, man. Highly motivated. Well, are you coming up for the plates and 28s? Good evening from watching your channel. Built a stock 302 5-speed on 3. What fun little car. 87 notch. Keep up the good work and content. Man, I appreciate that, Chipbox Fox. 100% appreciate that. A little, hey, listen, you wanna have some fun, folks. You just slap a little turbo kit onto your little stock block 302, and you'll have fun for days. I mean, it doesn't even have to make a whole lot of power. Just like my dad's car. Keep it simple. A Gen 2 Coyote with a big turbo and oil pump gears will give you 1,000 horsepower. Yep. What's up, Shred and Mike? Good to see you. What's up, Jesse Costa? Congrats on the back. Yeah, 580s. Listen, we got 560s in that white car for sure. Just changing some of the suspension, getting that 60-foot back down into the 20s. There's 570, low 570s in that car. I mean, I know that was a prep track or whatever, but my car goes down dirt pretty well when it leaves. The biggest issue we've had all year long is we were missing all that shit. Like, if it was not one thing, it was another. Like, big holes in my turbo kit, timing chains falling off, valve train floating all over the place. I mean, it was always something robbing me of power, especially on the leave. But now that we got everything all squared away, we got to go through, I think we're going to go through a cylinder head retorque this week. Turn it up to maybe 18, 20 pounds this weekend. I don't know. If we go, we'll see. Timing chain set for a 347 double chain or single chain? Double chain. The Ford Racing one, call up Donnie B. He'll tell you he told me the one that I should get. If you get the billet steel gear, like we had problems with that, make sure you don't forget the bushing or the Torrington on the backside of the big cam gear, of the billet steel gear. That was one of the issues that we were having in multiple cars this year, is that bushing kept wearing out. That's why I kind of went back on the 387. I kind of backtracked and went back to the cast wheel, the cam gear, and it worked out pretty well. So I think that gear is like $150. It's a little bit pricey, but it comes with the retainer and the bolts for that cam gear. So it's like a Ford Racing setup. Glad you're helping advertise for plates and 28s. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, listen, there's, I think Billy said he'll throw 500 on the pot if there's 8 cars in stick shift. Again, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure he's got that on his site. And I think if we get 16 cars, he'll put 1,000 on it, which is really awesome. That's really awesome for Billy to do. I know he loves loves stick shift racing, or at least stick shift cars. I mean, I think, we all do. I mean, but that is really cool for him to add to that. Also, Jerry Barrick from Bunker Hill Fabrications, he threw another 500 on top of that. So if we see like 16 cars plus, there's $1,500 on the pot, plus 16 cars, it's going to be another $1,600. There'll be a potential $3,500 pot there. So it'll be fun. The main thing is you got to understand what they're trying to do. Like SRC and Old Man's Garage, they're trying to, the track, the attendance has been dwindling a little bit the past 6 months specifically. Some of these tracks really rely on, some good street nights, some good attendance for like maybe their home classes, like their, mod and top and, the door cars and in the bracket racing or whatever. But, they bring in a lot of money with no prep. And, a lot of these tracks, this is one way for them to do upgrades to the timing systems and to the track and to make it safer for everybody. So that's really, from what I'm gathering, that's really where that plates and 28s is kind of going to, is just, it's such a great event with all these different types of classes. It pretty much, I mean, they have a lower and lifted like event on Friday night. That's going to be dope. Cause that, cause it caters the whole event for the whole weekend is going to cater to, they're going to have like a trick or treating, there's just going to be a lot to do. It's not just going to be a pour your puddle and make laps down the track with no prep. As a matter of fact, I don't even think we're allowed to pour. I think it's a water burnout. But anyways, got some friends coming in town. I know my buddy Tony Politano's coming in town. He's got a thrash on that new Windsor, big inch Windsor that he's got putting in White Cracker. So we may see him this weekend, I hope. I know Andrew Hanlon's planning on going there. So yeah, it's going to be fun. That's going to be a hell of an event, especially kind of like an end of the year thing. It's going to be hell of an event. Like Digapalooza this past Sunday was a hell of an event. It's a once a year, end of the year, shebang. You know what I mean? And it's nice because the rewind, there's a back half race the night before, and then the day you're not there all Sunday, but you're there between like 12 and 6. You get to have some fun on the front half too. So it's kind of like kind of the end of the year shit. And if we end up going this weekend, it's going to be pretty much it for us for the year. So. What's up, everyone? Neo, what have I missed? Just got off work early. Gonna be listening. Hey, man, ain't missed anything, brother. Appreciate you, Matt, for coming in here and showing up. Question: what piston and rods do you use on the Boss 3? What pistons and rods did you use with the Boss 302 heads? I haven't ordered them yet. Okay, the Boss 302 heads are the service replacements, which means one of the biggest problems with running Cleveland heads is they don't have water jackets that run through the, that run through the cylinder head. So you have to modify them. But they did make a Boss head that actually had water jackets, which was really cool. I didn't realize that I had them sitting here. That's why we went ahead and decided probably going to put those heads on a big inch Windsor, like a big inch Windsor. And people had talked all in my little chat thing about in my Facebooky shit that I did with the little shorts. All those ports are too big. You got to put a floor on them because the intake port's too big, blah, 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 blah. If you put a big inch Windsor underneath of that, shit, the cylinder head's going to scream with a nice camshaft. And the thing is I can put a big old camshaft on those. Imagine that cleaver was some 3-inch max, just pumping away at 750 lift camshaft. Just chopping away, brother. Woo. It's going to be badass, boys. It's going to be badass. And I'm only building it. I'm going to put that motor on an engine stand or an engine dyno. Like when we get done building it, we don't know what the hell it's going to go in. I just want to build it. I got a Dart 427 that I could put underneath of those cylinder heads, work those cylinder heads up, do the matching intake. I just want to build the damn thing. I just want to see what it does. I'll put it right here, every live stream right here, just sitting in an engine bag. Be cool, man. Too close to arm drop, and I only have so many vacation days left. Already paid to race in stick shift. In the arm drop or plates and 28s. We need a mandatory foot in clutch racing to spread down to South Florida. Actually, I think I think there's somebody getting some point series down there. I think it's Vito Mike is getting some. I don't know if Kyle's in chat here, Jeff Smith, whatever. Those guys down in Florida. I think they're trying to get something together with stick shift down there, if I'm not mistaken. Like we do a point series up here in Ohio. Next year is going to be a big year for stick shift here in Ohio, especially with NMRA kind of going off into the distance. We're going to be doing a little bit of something different, but we're going to go out there and find some money and some contingencies for my stick shift racing next year and maybe just make each race really good versus having a really good prize at the end of the year that some people can't make all the races to. So I think it's you guys are gonna have to follow me through it. You guys are gonna be with me with the content that we put up, so it's gonna be pretty fire. What's up, Jeremiah McGreevy? Good to see you, brother. You better get that stick shift car ready. 2025 is coming, bro. What's up, Hanlon Motorsports in the house? So, once again, Hanlon's going to be down at Plates and 28s this weekend, racing with Stick Shift. And we're going to get a chance to do some collaboration with him with Fox Days of Christmas. And Hanlon's going to probably be one of the handful of sponsors for our Stick Shift races next year. So, like I said, I want to do like 5 races, and it's gonna kind of go towards. We're gonna have a couple of really fast front halves, a couple back halves, and a couple sketchy no preps. And I want to find some money for the class, because I mean that's one way to bring people to more stick shift racing is to show some money and some contingencies. So we're already talking with Mickey Thompson. Hopefully get a couple extra tire cards, I call them. They're like $1,000 card for like 2 free Mickey Thompson slicks or whatever, because those things are like $400 a piece now. There's a lot of shit going on, boys. It's a lot of shit going on. And it ain't for me. It ain't just for me. I got to go out there and win it. But if I can do something to help the class and build the class, I'll never be the fastest car. I don't care. I don't care how slow I am either. I don't care. We're going to go have fun. We're going to, when I got beat with JP Rosillo last weekend, I wasn't even mad. I was happy. I went home with a not broken car, and we had a ton of fun, man. I had a ton of fun. So we working on it. Just know I'm going to need a better trans and clutch ASAP. You need to be getting a hold of this guy right here. Hanlon Motorsports. I heard he gives discounts for Neo channel. Is that right? Here we go. I can already hear him. There it is. I can already hear him saying, there it is. Here we go. I don't know. We should do a gift card tonight, Hanlon. What you think? Like $100 gift card? That'd be pretty cool. So, but anyways, we're probably going to be going. I mean, I might as well just say it. I mean, we're looking to go racing on Wednesday. Guys, I know I've been doing a lot of racing videos with the white car, but it's all coming together now. Like when I talk about getting your shit off the jack stands in my channel, because we always be saying that. When I talk about getting your shit off the jack stands, I can't not do it myself and tell you to do it. And I try to be as motivating as possible, inspiring as much as I can. I ain't nobody, but if I could help you in any sort of way to stay motivated or disciplined enough to fix your car and get it off the jack stands like we do, then it's a win-win. And this whole damn year, and then this is something that's in my title, a year of struggle. This whole damn year, I wanted to quit 10 times. And it's just like, no, your car runs good. It's a good motor. This is wrong. Go find this. This is wrong. Go find this. And it's always some shit that was catching us up. And pretty much Florida went really well. And pretty much after Florida, that's when all the problems started happening. Anyways, fast forward to now, we got the shit done. It cost us a lot of money that we had been saving for other stuff, specifically the motor with the coupe. We got to recuperate that here in the next couple months. But we got it out the jack stands. We're back into the 5s. I think there's a lot of room to grow there. I probably have about another 0.2 there. I could probably peel off of that and hopefully be as consistent as possible. We're going to be racing again. We're going to be racing again and testing on Wednesday at Quaker. I think at Quaker, it might be at Kunle. I don't know. So I'll bring another video to you and tell you how that works. The 2-step works, so we can put the bigger turbo on now, make more power, go faster. But I want to put the white car together, not broken. I want to get the 387 fixed, which we're going to talk about here in a second, which is a shit show, which is not supposed to be broke right now. And then we're going to be working on the aluminum 440 that we got coming out next year. Yeah, I said it. It's a 440. It's a big bitch, and it's going to be twin turbo. So it's going to be a very high dollar, not very high dollar, but it's going to be a very, well, yeah, because I got to build a whole turbo kit. I got 2 turbos. I don't know. There's a lot of shit going into that coupe. That's going to be next level. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I don't even know if we're going to be able to accomplish it, but we're going to give it a shot. 100% of shots taken. 100% of shots not taken are 100% missed. So we got to take a shot at it. So Super Dave coming in with the $50 super sticker. Man, I appreciate you, man, for what you do for us here, Super Dave. Always, helping us out, taking care of the channel, man. I appreciate you. I'll put this right towards the diesel this weekend to get down to plates and 28s to support the event, man. I appreciate you, brother. Discounts. Yeah, man, let's do 100. So we're going to do, if you're not familiar with Hanlon Motorsports, 5-speed elite distributor. So if you got a stick shift car, hell, you don't even need to have a stick shift car. He's got a lot of cool shit going on his website. So the discount, the $100 gift card is for anything on his website, whether it be merch or what $100 could get you guys, to be honest with you. I just put that UPR Extreme, if you got a stick shift car, I just put that UPR Extreme firewall adjuster in that new Ford Racing, or I think it's Steed. I don't know. Is it Steed or Ford Racing? The SN95 cable and the quadrant. I just put all that new in my car. That's about $100. So if you was looking to do that, to whether it's T5, TKX, or T56, that's what $100 will get you. It'd get you a new cable, a new quad, and that adjuster that I just put on my white car that past couple weeks. So we're going to do that later on, and we'll give it away here to the channel. Hanlon, shoot me your number, and I will get with you on what I need to make this car live. So Jeremiah McGreevy is on Facebook as well, Hanlon, if you want to hit him up in chat. Or you can send Andrew Hanlon a private chat too, Jeremiah, because you guys have exactly the same names on Facebook, so not really hard to find or whatever, I don't think. So Shred Mike, I've been watching you for a few years now. Love the content. Keep up the speed and awesome racing. Man, I appreciate you, Shred and Mike. Thanks for everything you do. Just being here, everybody here in chat, specifically, but not limited to, all my subscribers and my my members in green. So the guys in green, so if you guys were wondering, the guys in green are my members. They've actually, day by day, going through that 363 build that we're talking about. That's in my thumbnail here on this live chat. That 363 every day. It was just, we hit every branch on the way down. Like there was a snag on everything. And we ended up still getting ready for Kentucky. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. Kentucky never really happened. It was kind of a shit show with NMRA, which is no longer here anymore. So there's a lot of things going on, but I appreciate my members and thank you guys for what you guys do. Jesse Workman, I'm going to try to get my Mustang together just to drive it down to Edgewater this weekend. Hell yeah, man. Come down and support that shit. If you guys are close, okay, I don't know if you guys are close to Cincinnati or whatever, but again, there's a big event Friday and Saturday, not just one day, and it's going to carry over into Sunday if it has to. That's tentative. But Bill Hoskinson at SRC in Old Man's Garage is throwing a hell of an event this weekend. It's kind of like a end of the year thing. It's not like a no prep. It's racing, but it's not. There's going to be street classes that got to go on a cruise. There's going to be gear bangers, which is like a stick shift class. There's going to be some index racing, some like 1150 index racing, which is cool as shit. So there's going to be something for fast and slow cars, which is really, really cool. What's up, Murphy's Law and Nathan Tuck in the house? Some of my oldest members of the channel, man. I appreciate you guys. It's good to see you. I need their pistol grip shifter. Yeah. So what happened to NMRA? It's gone. Just gone. They woke up one morning and chose violence. They were like, we done. And everyone was like, what? So in a nutshell, 87 Mustang 347. NMRA has been going on kind of like a downward spiral for several years now. It would have its highs and its lows, just like everything else. But just like everything else with racing, there's so much racing to do anymore. It's like people can pick and choose what they want to do. The model itself never really evolved. And I'm not going to talk shit on NMRA. I had a good time every time I went, regardless if there was 30 cars or 300. Especially the Norwalk shit where we used to be able to get a pound of ice cream for $1 at Norwalk. Of course, inflation made it like $3, but who gives a shit? It's a pound of ice cream, bro. Come on. But some of the events, some of my oldest race friends I've met through NMRA. Casey Lee was one of my oldest stick shift friends in NMRA that he used to puppy kick everybody with this converted coupe, which is called Carrot Top, fast as fuck. And excuse me, some of my oldest friends that I actually race with today, I met through NMRA. So I think Dan Watts as well. So stripped my oil pump, drive shaft, and the drive hole inside the distributor for kind of want to quit. Don't quit. Listen, one bolt at a time. One bolt at a time. Take it out, fix it. It'll be better. One bolt at a time. Then if it's just, best thing for you to do is just, you already know you want to quit. So just start taking it apart and then pull the cover over it and come back in the day, take something else apart. Trust me, you'll get there. What quad shocks do you run to get rid of rear end shatter? I got a stage 3, so I need more control. I don't run quad shocks. I took quad shocks off years ago. I had a lot of great times. Yeah. Mustang guys 6501 got mine off jack stands and running and driving. Let's go. Didn't you just win you won a transmission recently over on Foxcast Media, didn't you, brother? Congratulations. I think that's 2 people here on our channel. I think Ron Priest, who's on our channel here and on our channel on Facebook, won the whole Team Z thing. I think from Tony and Test giveaway from Team Z. I think that was true. I had a lot of great times in Bowling Green in the early 2000s. That was the golden age. Yeah. So there was Hot Street and Pure Street, and there were some really cool, classes that, went to the wayside, unfortunately. The difference between X pipe, Y pipe, and H pipe, best for stock applications. H pipe, stock applications, you're not going to see a big change in anything. If you want something that's got some crazy sound, try to find yourself a Pro Chamber or something similar to it. X pipe works out pretty well. We got an X pipe on the black car, so it's always pretty nasty. I wish I lived closer to you guys. Racing at tracks near here in Connecticut is why I like what is it is in Ohio. I did a 1-2-3 no lift shifting at 6200. 302 is not my favorite for the smaller sizes of everything. No doubt. So you want a TKX, huh? Hell yeah. You see, I knew Ron Priest was in the damn chat. You guys be winning some big ass shit. I mean, Ron, that had to have been like $3,000 worth of stuff. And Mustang guy 6501 won himself a TKX. That's another $3,000. Good Lord. I tried to win Tesla's 347 too. Yeah, I think a lot of people did. That was a hell of a motor. How do you like that lift you use in your garage? Yeah, it works good. I paid like $1,500 for it or some shit on sale. But I only put Fox bodies on it so they don't waste shit. X-Pipe definitely makes the camshaft sound more rowdy. Yes. That's why we got it on the black car. Speaking of which, the 387 stroker, we actually just shot the video today for Tuesday. Wednesday? Tuesday. I don't know when I get to it. Probably be Tuesday. The Fate of the 387 is going to be the name of it. So make sure you members will see it probably Monday night, early Tuesday. But the problem, when you put the 387 together, like it definitely wasn't put together. Like we were reusing old shit like rods and pistons and stuff like that. We bought a new crank. We're going to clean the block out real good. It's got shit all in the oil galleys. But we may end up honing the block on the honer over there. Instead of doing the Dingleberry hone that I did on the video the very first time a year ago with the 387 stroker, I think we're going to put it in the honing machine and we're going to hone it for steel ring. So you could actually gain a little bit of horsepower by having a really good seat, a good hone to it, a good wall. So we're going to try to build the 387 back and use the same machining techniques that we used on the other one. Just be a little more aggressive with the ring. And we're going to try to reuse the old pistons again, which we talked about in the video coming up. But, I always kind of cheat and give it away. The rods are effed. Like 7 of the 8 rods either had a spun bearing or were just junk. So luckily we have they were just stock Windsor rods. So it's not going to be too much of an issue. We had a couple sets of stock Windsor rods that we took out of, other 351s that we took apart. So that's where we're at, 387, man. Dave's leaving for a couple weeks to do a job. So we probably won't be able to get the 387 even back in our hands and probably until like around Thanksgiving. So we didn't give up on it. If you guys are following the build again, the rebuild's going to be badass. That rebuild is going to be monster, bros. And then we're going to get right into the other motors. So I'm not going to lie. Test raffling a $4,000 motor for 10 grand worth of tickets is kind of taking it. Not really. I mean, there was other things on. I mean, that short block alone was probably $4 grand. So, it's supporting the channel. It's supporting, you potentially get an engine that would otherwise cost you $6 or $8 grand for $100. So I don't know who won it. I don't know how many tickets they had in it, but that's part of it. That's just part of the model with waffling things. So like we plan on next year, hopefully getting some stuff that we can waffle on our sites to be able to pay some of the stick shift class stuff. Like I said, I want to sponsor, 4 or 5 or 6 of my own stick shift stuff next year possibly with D Team and other venues. But I want to be able to go to each race and have $1,500 or $2 grand on the pot myself, as a promoter. You see what I mean? And then, $100 buy-in and start paying back as well. So like runner up and maybe even semis would get something, you know what I mean? So have a little second chance race. I love that shit. When stick shift cars are not ever, our class is never going to be huge. This weekend's going to be big. It's a big event. It's being promoted by great people. There's going to be a ton of things there to do outside of just racing a specific venue. So like, or class. So it's going to be cool. I'm glad you guys are coming to Edgewater this weekend. I'm hoping to make it there and meet you guys. Hell yeah. Come up and say hello. If you guys come to Edgewater, come up and say hello, man. Don't be a stranger. What did Rich say? Finally got my 85 working great. Took her out for a few hours today. How'd that feel? Hey, man, it's smiles. It's not miles per gallon. It's smiles per gallon. Come on. Plates and 28 should be a blast. Hope to see y'all. Hell yeah. If you guys go down there, man, make sure you holla. You'll see my car there. You'll see that there. It may be dirty and it ain't pretty and it ain't the fastest car, but I like it. It's my car. It's my story. I don't give a shit. Wish I could go. We're headed to Foxtoberfest. Yes. So there's another event. Is that this weekend? That's this weekend, isn't it? I wanted to make a special announcement that if you guys get a chance to go to Foxtoberfest, it's going to be probably one of the best like car show parking style events that you're ever going to see. And last time we went, I've had no regrets driving to Concord, North Carolina. I mean, I think the last time we went, there was like 890 Fox bodies on. I mean, they're in a parking lot outside of a speedway. So like tons of cars, 79 to 93. Maybe we might start seeing technically Fox, in my opinion, and from what the Ford engineers say, the Fox body chassis goes to 04. So that's what Motor City Fox Fest did in Detroit. Is they did the 79 to 04. It was a huge success. Got a chance to see some killer Cobras show up and some really nice SN95 and New Edge shit that showed up at that event. So maybe next year we'll see Foxtoberfest do that as well. But for right now, it's 79 to 93, the Euro style and the 4i. And like I said, it's one of the better events that I've been to in years. Unfortunately, with racing and the way our schedule has been this year, we couldn't make it again this year. But we are looking into it next year for sure, making another return. So, wish someone would waffle a Holly Pro Dash. Foxtoberfest was one of the best ones I've ever been to. Had a killer swap meet. Got a chance to see my buddy, Caleb at Foxcast, and got a chance to see some of the other vendors that I don't get a chance to see too much. But if you get a chance, if you're a couple hours away from that venue, go ahead and mark your calendar, go up there for a couple hours and support the shit. It's going to be great. You're going to have a good time. I think there's a pre-meet on Friday night. That's a really big event too. And I think that's at the host hotel. That's usually like a hard park. When I say hard park, I mean it's just like car show style. And they usually fill up the whole back of that hotel. So go down there, enjoy it. I think they might. I don't know if they have, like, last time I went, they had like a burnout contest on the pre-meet, and that went on for a while. And I don't know what Jen's got planned, but go support her. If you got a chance to, go support it. What gear ratio are you running in your white car? 355s. So what else we got going on here? So 2 races one weekend, like I had mentioned earlier. We raced the back half. 387 stroker we just talked about. Block's good. We may need, I don't think we need to go to another block, but we're going to hone it and see if we don't have too much piston the wall clearance. We're going to try the B cam, the B451 camshaft, which is like a 240 duration with the stock pistons in the trick flow twisted wedge design. Probably going to have to cut the piston, but we might get lucky, man. With a 60 thou thick MLX Cometic gasket like we run on the white car, we might get lucky. We might be all right. We might be all right. Hey, is it worth converting my 95 throttle body setup to a 93 Fox body setup? If so, what all do I need to do? So, accelerator cable, EGR spacer, which you could just run the EGR delete. You just need the EGR spacer serves multiple purposes from the factory. The 2 little, little nipples that come in or whatever, the antifreeze comes from the heater tube up to the throttle body housing, EGR housing. And you got the EGR sensor on the back. You got the antifreeze running through the throttle body spacer, and then you got the throttle body like where the bracket bolts up. So the reason why antifreeze goes through that is because the antifreeze inside the motor heats up pretty quick, and the whole design behind the EGR spacer from the factory was to heat up the air charge as it came into the motor. So that's the reason why that's there. And that's the reason why you should just shut it the hell off, because there's just no reason for that. I mean, I don't foresee the Fox bodies being driven in 20-degree weather. Anyways, they're pretty terrible to drive in the snow or in the wet. Anyways, so if you guys ever wonder what that was, and I'm going on a tangent here, the 95, if you're going to convert it, I know what you're talking about because you got the elbow. If you wanted to convert it, it's very simple. Just put the Fox body one on it. You're going to need the cable and the bracket pretty much, so you'll be good to go. What size injectors are you using in the white car on the 85? 160s. We're going to go to 210s with the 210. The real 210s, not the knockoff shit. Like the real 210s are like $1,100, but you can apparently get them from other vendors for like $500 or $600. Man, no way. The real 210s are matched. They're flow matched, and they're not cheap. My 160s were original Bosch, and they were like almost like $1,000, and it's ridiculous. So what's the magic? Flipping stock pistons, higher height. Well, they put a 60 thou offset in the piston for the same reason why they ran antifreeze through an EGR spacer. It's for cold weather piston slap. So when the motor would heat up, it wouldn't, or when the motor was cold, it wouldn't slap all over the place. You can turn the piston around, put number 1 and number 5 bore, and have the dots actually pointing to the back of the motor. And what you gain from that is a little bit of you take the slack out of the rod and the piston at the top. Plus, it kind of maybe pushes the piston up in the hole a little bit more. I don't know. There was never really an explanation for it, but it's an old dirt track trick that seemed to work many years ago, decades and decades ago. And I did that shit on some of my motors. I had no problems. So there is an advantage. How are the tubes working out? What's the benefit of that? You listen to it. Oh. That's all tube right there. Like if I would have had no tube, I hit the tire way too hard in my white car to not have a tube in it. And what tube would do is it stiffens the sidewall of the car, of the tire, of the wheel. With double B locks, strengthening the sidewall of the slick, even if it's a stiff wall, and then adding a tube to that variation, you could really get away with, you could really, plant that tire. It starts to, make it a really nice and sidewall strong slick. So it's working out pretty good. If you got a stick shift car and you're not on a radial, put a tube in it. Have a set of wheels that you race on specifically, put tubes in it. I said what I said. You could run without tubes up till, 450 horsepower. Not a problem. You start getting past that, getting in on 600 horsepower. You're just going to be melting the sidewall because, the shock load from a stick shift car is a little bit different than an automatic. So, hey, Neo, what kind of power do you think I will get with a 96 GT40 eCam? Naturally aspirated on that combo, 275. You probably see about 350 to the wheels because you don't really get 100 shot. You don't really get 100 horsepower out of 100 shot. It's going to be something like 89 or something dumb. So you probably see about 350 wheel on that combo. What is the max piston to wall clearance that you run? I don't know, like 4.5. 4.5. 387 might be a little bit wider, but I'm laughing. 387 build is supposed to be a budget build. We're not supposed to spend a bunch of money on it, and we're still not going to spend a bunch of money on it. Anderson Ford Motorsports gave us a camshaft to put in it because we had bought another camshaft from them and then another camshaft from them. So they donated one of the B451s that they had to the 387 build. So we got to make it work. I know that cam sounds really good, and it's about as big as you're going to get on that motor without actually changing the pistons out. So how thick are your head gaskets? How thick is too thick for head gaskets? I want to reduce compression ratio. I wouldn't go past 60. 60 is a good number. 60, 65, that's a good number. That's what we run. What y'all's input on the Holley Systemax upper lower intake? It's great intake. I prefer the TrickFlow box and box R. And I wanted to tell you guys that we just went to TrickFlow this past week, and we met up with TrickFlow and sat down with them. We'll probably be running with a lot more TrickFlow stuff next year. That gives you any sort of sign of what's going on there. But we did talk to them about the box R. So there is some info that I wanted to tell you that the R lower, I think it's is it the 3L? I don't know. They made a run of them. I want to say that they made a run of them and literally sold out of them in like 3 days. They had like a run of like, I'm not even gonna give you a number because then I'd be lying to you, but it was substantial. So the R is being built again, which means that the lowers that, the intakes that you guys have been wanting to buy, like the box R's that we run and shit like that, it's coming. So they weren't ever deleted. They had a tooling issue. They figured it out. It's all good now. So just so you guys know, that's been waiting on some TrickFlow shit, specifically the lower intake because they had the uppers. Then we're good. I'm going to set a Bosch 160s. Yeah, so 160s probably get you. We're not maxing out. We're at 92% at around 900. So it's getting up there. 210s would get us, we would be happy at, 1,000, 1,100. But 160s will cover E85 all, easily to 900 horsepower. And then you start kind of leaning on the injector. Appreciate you. Was that Hody P Racing? I don't mean to laugh, man. Where are you out of the groove, or did that head left? Nah, man, we was good. What, you talking about my pass? It It just came up left. If you see it, it came down. My shit was too loose in the front. That's an old diaphragm clutch. My buddy JP Receiver right there in that right lane, boy, he cut a light on me. 007. Guessing that shit. I'm just kidding if he's in there. I'm just kidding with you, JP. It's a good light, bro. Good light. What's the best quarter mile in the 387? We ain't ran it yet. Last quarter mile, sent it to the doom. So what we came to what we came to find out with the 387 stroker is the oil just ran low. Like the pan was leaking so bad into the damn diaper, it was hard to keep track of. We were getting ready to do an oil change and do maintenance on the black car, and it just, you know, we ran it into the quarter mile. I mean, we would have ran sixes with that car easy all day. But quarter mile, I don't know. Didn't get that far. All right, KP, good to see you, man. Appreciate you stopping in, brother. How did you like the Trick Flow 227s? So the Trick Flow 227s isn't really, from what I was told, isn't really a hydraulic roller cam style heads. I can't remember. I think it's more of a solid roller type. But I love them. I think they're huge. They're they're specifically designed for a purpose, and they're going to be badass heads. If you guys are building a big inch Windsor, 393, 408, 427, go before you buy any cylinder heads. If you don't already have them, go check out the Trick Flow 227s. I seen them in person. I'm gonna tell you what they told me when I took the tour of the shop last Wednesday. The blemishes that they have from some of the runs, they actually have to ruin the blemishes so people don't mysteriously dig them out of the garbage. Their press could not break the 227 in half. Like, because usually they take a chunk out of it with the press. Couldn't do it. They had to cut them in half. They had to take a saw and cut them, because they used to just take a press and just break all the cylinder heads so they can go into scrap, right? They couldn't do it. It tells you how strong the deck is on those heads and how good they are. So if you get a chance, if you're, consider looking at the 227 Trick Flows. If they're brand new to the market, they just came out. Tony Politano has them on his White Cracker car, absolutely flying with that car. It's a great cylinder head. I'm telling you, specifically for like a 347, like a 363, 408, it's a good head. So go check that shit out. I seen it in person. I couldn't believe it. So what's the best way to tune an A9S these days? To be honest with you, just chip tune it. It depends on what kind of combo are you running? How can a stock mass sit computer take HCI small cam 90-pound injectors? It doesn't need tuned. It'll be fine. Can I go 24 or 30 pounds without a tune? What's your combo? Ford Matt, man, I appreciate the $50, man. I appreciate the $50 super chat. Thank you so much for what you do for us, Matt, and you do for the community. You guys get a chance to, Matt, what you got going on in that picture right there? Is that your white Fox? And what's the black one next to it? Is that another Fox body you got? Titanium Tony. Yes, he does have a titanium addiction. Most of that gray mare is freaking titanium, and it's an amazing car, boy. Woo! Flying. Might be the next set of heads. Yeah, I'm telling you, the 227s, we were considering putting the 227s here on the white car. So when I sat down with Trick Flow, I've been a dealer with Trick Flow for probably 12 years. 12 years? 2010. Because, I rebuilt a lot of GT40 and stock heads, and we've done all the flip piston shit. I mean, all the hardware and all the stuff that I've been buying for years has all been Trick Flow stuff. So we've been a dealer with them for a long time. we want to put high ports on the 440 or 436. I don't remember what we were doing with the aluminum 351 that's going in the coupe, but pretty sure they're going to be trick flow 240s at a minimum. But we talked about buying a set of 227s for the white car. You can't expect stuff for free. So I was just like, I'm considering putting the 227s, even though I just put the 205s back on. I'll just take them back off and sell them. They work absolutely amazing. And, we can, waffle them off to the channel or, give them away or whatever. So 227s, I think would definitely be in our soon to have. That cleaver build going to be cool. So the cleaver build is just going to be kind of like, that's going to get a lot of views. If you guys don't know what a cleaver build is and you're new to the Ford Mustang stuff, look up Trans Am. And I'm not talking about the GM. Trans Am was the whole 351 Windsor, Cleveland, whatever, that whole genre. It's about 3 years. I think it was like 69, 70, 71. But if you look up Trans Am Mustang stuff, it's all talks about the Boss and the Cleveland Motors and stuff like that. Cleveland Motors are absolute monsters. Problem is they just didn't make them very long. The Windsor, they made that up to what, 97? So there's a lot more things that you can do with the Windsor because there's just more parts available. I know there was a 400 modified and a 351 modified. Nobody talks about them really because the Cleveland would be the one you would talk about outside of the Windsor. Anyways, long story short, you don't need aluminum cylinder heads, and all the technology nowadays could really make these, these Boss 302 heads really work really well with a big inch Windsor underneath of them. So it's going to be really cool to see that shit happen. So thanks for answering the question, Dan. I'm rebuilding a 302 and had to take 2 to 3 thou out to clean it up. Hope that stock slugs won't be too close. Yeah, you'll be all right. We usually take about 10 off the deck. Most of my motors sit at 0. I have to run. I appreciate you, Mr. Weaver. Thanks for stopping in. Yes, sir. White 90 LX and black 90 GT. You got the 1 year only stuff, just like me. It sucks. So 1990 never came with an armrest. There's a bunch of different shit in the 1990 that's just like stupid stuff, little stuff that didn't happen. Like, matter of fact, is it 91? I don't think 91 was the last year for it. I actually got a couple pieces here that are 90 only. Like we just took an interior out of a car. Our black car is 1990 and it's actually a sunroof. Well, like this is an original like map thing. Like you won't find this. This is original black. This is like a 1 year only thing. I think they came in 91s too, so I may be mistaken. I'm almost positive they came in 91s, but only like, and then the header panel, because you remember this 87, 89 had the middle light and it had the map light, but 87, 89 wasn't black interior at all. So 90 came out. There's a couple other things like it had like a console delete. I don't know. Fox bodies were crazy back in the day, man. They had all kind of different shit going on, but I feel that, man. Yeah, man, we like to keep it that way, Clifton. We talk about cars and shit. I'm not interested in race, religion. I'm not interested in politics. I'm not interested in talking about nothing but car shit because that's what we want to talk about. You know what I mean? Keep that other stuff off this. SCCA, yes. Got a full exhaust, 3650 Edelbrock long runner, 19 pounds. It won't be keeping idle. Do I need a tune? No. Full exhaust, 3650 Edelbrock is what? Is that a carburetor? Yeah, right? No, it's 19-pound injectors. I don't know why there's not an issue. There's an issue with idling. It's got to be something silly. It's got to be either a vacuum leak. I've seen EGR sensors screw up idle where they were failing. There could be another number thing. Yep. Trans Am road racing. Yep, there it is. My 87 is the light gray. Yeah, that's the smoke gray. What's up, Bama? Hello, Neo and gentlemen. Hope everyone is doing well tonight. Hit that thumbs up. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for stopping in. Have you ever scaled the white car? It's secret squirrel on what it weighs. No, it's 3,000 pounds where it's sitting right now without the driver. My white car ain't light. If I was to put, I've been talking this shit for so many years. If I was to put my 363 setup in my driveline in my coupe, I would go, I don't know about a half a second faster, but I would be 850s pretty consistently. I would have to get the car to work correctly first, and it's often something that I've thought about doing. It just depends. I mean, there's going to be a lot of money spent. I got some money saved for the coupe, and I had to steal some of it for the 363. So I gotta figure it out. I mean, I need to bring the coupe out. I want to be competitively racing, whether it's radial or slick, stick shift, H pattern, and we need to get past 850s. I mean, I want to run right out of my cert, right off the fuck trailer. I've got a 4-bolt main, 4-valve Cleveland in my 66 Fairlane, small block with big block heads. Hell yeah, runs hot, don't it? Do you run switch panels in your cars? Nope. My car is a true street car. Like, my car is like 3,000 pounds. I got the racing seats in the front, but I got a dash, console, door panels, rear hatch panels. The only thing I'm missing is the rear seat because we got weights and stuff, and that's where I set my racing suit, my helmets and stuff in the back. I mean, I should just put the seat back in. I got original seat belts in it, front and rear. Yeah. I mean, I have everything in it. I could gut the car and lose some poundage, but I'll just turn the car up more. I'll take that black headliner light if it's on your way. Damn, this shit box with me, it's 3,200 full interior street. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, anyways, Hanlon, you still here in the chat? We're going to give away a $100 gift certificate for Hanlon Motorsports. Again, like I was saying earlier, you could change your adjuster, your quadrant, and your cable if you're looking to do that. If you got some stock shit going on, it's definitely worth the money. I mean, it's free. It's a $100 thing, anything on their site. So, tech question for you. I run the MagnaFuel EFI 750 or 4303. Do you run the 4303? I run the MagnaFuel 750. Isn't that the 4303? It's a 4203. I don't know. I can go look, but I run the MagnaFuel 750. Is it 4303? Let me bring up my sheet. Yeah, it's the 4303. It's like the Pro Tuner or some shit. I clearly need to dump some weight. Let me tell you what, you ain't lying. Me too. My blue car is about 3,200. So my coupe is 2,500. Well, actually, we don't really know what it is, but it was like 1,800 before we started putting some suspension, or it's pretty much shelled right now. But we're gonna end up putting like a stock fiberglass hood on it because the type of motor that we're gonna run in it's gonna have the elbow with the old school like EFI like Spider style intake. So with twin turbos that sit on the frame rail, so we could run a stock hood in there with a bag on the back and it looked as stock as possible, minus the RC comps. I mean, that's a dead giveaway with some bead locks and a damn bag in the back, but you never know. What year and internal? So we're just going to go ahead and run the we'll do a hashtag Hanlon for the $100 gift certificate. I just put it in chat. What year and internals in both cars? Spool, 35 spline, Mosier, 9-inch ends, 9-inch rear brakes, all braced up Team Z. Team Z control arms, sphericals. How do you get the pistons to clean that you sell on eBay? Yeah, we use the cleaner we use a Sonic tank and we also use our parts washer. So Handler Motorsports, hashtag Handler Motorsports for the $100. I just put mine in there again, whatever, but $100 gift certificate for anything on his website. I'll just scan through. Please be considerate. Don't spam it before I choose somebody. If it looks like there's spam there, then I will not choose you. Neo, do you have a sump fuel tank? Yes. What year? 3820 Edelbrock. Yeah, it's a performer. I seen the 19 pound and I'm like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't BS me what rear wheel horsepower does. Same pump. real, and does the pump seem to keep up with the E85? No. One of the issues that we're having now is we're kind of closing in on. Now, with the E85, you know, those pumps are supposed to be good to like 1100 or something, right? But with E85, it's more pump, it's more volume. So it's like 30% more volume. So we don't technically have an issue with a pump right now, Gabe, but we're close. We're starting to see pressure drop at the higher boost levels. Does that make sense? So we might have to go to a triple hat soon. That's what we're doing with the coupe anyways. We made the horsepower that we kind of we're okay with in the white car. It was really good. It was more than last year and more than this year. But we're going to put the bigger turbo on there, and we're just going to leave it alone. The coupe needs to be my main focus for 2025. So, yep. I want to go 30-pound injectors, but don't have a way of tuning it. So you can use a calibrated MAF that'll get you close. So C&L sells a MAF. It's okay. It works. I think Pro-Am and Granatelli, and there's a couple other brands that'll sell you a calibrated MAF. That basically just tricks the computer into dumping more fuel with your injectors and making things work. So with that rear end, buy once, cry once. That's correct. 35 spline. What backspace you run in your rear? What backspace you run on the rear wheels with a 275 50 15? 6.5? I think 6.5 would be all right. What's the weight? What's the width of the wheel? Let me go through and pick somebody. Hashtag handling for that $100 gift certificate before we leave for the evening. But anyways, big shout to Mustang Guy. You've been a member for almost 3 years now, dude. We appreciate you. Got your shit out the jack stands too. So big shout to you. Did you put the TKX in, or you just got it out the stands without it? Big thanks to Super Dave once again, $50 super sticker. Thank you so much. And Ford Matt 77, man. Once again, thank you guys for supporting the channel for all these years that you have, and for hooking it up tonight. Appreciate that all. You know, we're gonna put that money towards the fuel to go down to that plates and 28s and support the event down there. All right, let me just spin through real quick. JC Williams, congratulations. You are our winner tonight. So make sure you email me at neomustangs@hotmail.com. JC, pretty easy. Congratulations, brother. Just put the C4 in, but need to install parts. Yep. So email me and I will forward you to Hanlon, who will take care of your code. He set you up on the website so you can input the code. So that's how you're going to get it. So email me and I'll take care of it. I'll send you to Hanlon. So hope that isn't too, I check my junk mail too. So just in case. So you know, as long as you email me at neomustangs@hotmail.com, you'll be good to go. I run a Magna Fuel 750 on the 85, but I run a carb. You're welcome, Andrew. You're welcome. So what we got coming up this week? If you guys got some questions for me before we head out, I just want to say it's been a tough couple weeks. You know, we've been busy as shit, but we're going to start ramping some more content up. You know, I've been talking about that, but just getting the time to do it and edit it. We actually had 2 racing videos that we were going to put up this past weekend with the rewind, but we just kind of slammed them both together and said, you know what, that's enough. You know, we got a couple more racings coming up before the snow starts to fall or we start getting our cars put away, but still got Dad's car we can monkey with. Like I had mentioned, you know, the 387 is going to be about a month or so before we get it back here. So looks like Dad's car's content and a little bit of the white cars, what we're on right now for the next month or so. I am going to introduce the cleaver build, and I'm going to tell you guys what we're going to be doing with the cylinder heads when we take them over to Dave. Me and Dave's going to do the video together. Definitely going to be super, super cool. A lot of information at some old school horsepower. Shit's going to literally make 650, 700 wheel naturally aspirated on pump gas. That's what that's going to do. It's insane. It's crazy. So, and it's going to lump on the idle like you wouldn't believe, but we don't know that. That engine will definitely go to an engine dyno, but it's going to be one of those kind of like those exotic, pristine builds here on the channel. We're not sure what engine it would be super cool to put it in an F100, kind of like a little lowered, like an old body style Ford not Ford Mustang, but like a Ford short bed truck. But you know, those trucks are pulling a mint now, and so aren't the Broncos. It would definitely be cool to put them in one of those, but who knows? Who knows what we're going to do? But anyways, we will be heading to plates in 28s this weekend. Like I had mentioned, in Edgewater at Cincinnati. 99% positive. Weather looks good. We're going to go to support the event. We're going to make a couple laps in the white car. Hopefully get a little bit lucky and win some rounds and have some fun. I'm going to be taking my son with me. So just like that Delaware last year, we had an end of the year video with Delaware. So maybe we'll get lucky with that too again this year. So I told you I was going, son. We always wanted to do a Cleveland build, so we might as well make a hybrid motor. If you've been watching this long, you already know we're going to probably put a 427 underneath of those Boss 302 heads. They always talk about these Boss 302 heads like flowing so much air that the 302 and 351 can't keep up. But I bet you if I put a stroke 427, 351 underneath them things are going to sing with like a 750 cam. I'm telling you. It's going to be loud, proud, and it's going to be monster. Our goal is to make 700 on the dyno. We'll see it. We'll see if that happens. If we make anything 600 plus, that'll be a big win. But old school horsepower, baby. I'm telling you, man. I wish I had a truck that was like a patina, kind of lowered a little bit. You know, nothing stupid. The Cleaver 427 build in it with like a stick shift T56. Bro, come on. That shit would be fire. I can already see the title. Inspired by Trans Am. And everyone thinks it's a GM, and it ain't. It ain't got nothing to do with GM. Shit. Just put a Tesla motor or two in each wheel. Yeah, no way. I hope to see you there, man. Me too, Jesse. Good to see you. You know, once again, congratulations to JC. Appreciate you, brother. I believe my choke point on my stock heads, how much should I pick up with some GT40s? You don't need to port GT40s. GT40Ps have some of the best port velocity in the game when it comes to just production cylinder heads. Just put the P heads on, mess with the plug angle because it's kind of a bitch, and then send it, brother. I'm telling you. Always been a good one. Drag Boss makes 769 on an NA 408 Cleveland. I'm telling you, man. Damn it. Where have I been? I'm telling you, I got lucky with these cylinder heads. They're a one-off, extremely rare, hard to find, and I don't even have to modify them because they already have water passages in. That shit was meant for us here on this channel. It's going to get a ton of views. We're not even going to I don't think we're going to put it in the black car. I want to engine dyno it, get it built, have some fun with it on the engine dyno, and then decide on what we're going to do with it maybe another day. Be some crazy shit to bring a like an old body style Ford, like a 6970 F100 short bed to the channel, wouldn't it? Would y'all dig that shit or what? Stick shift, baby. Stick shift T56 all day. I've been talking about doing something different here on the channel outside of Fox bodies anyways. And as a Fox body lover, man, you can't go wrong with an old F100, boy. Or even one of them old Broncos. Come on. Anyways, we got a race we're going to be testing on Wednesday for the weekend. So hopefully that goes pretty well. We're going to make probably 2 passes, shake it down. We're going to change some things up a little bit. We're, mess with the tune a little bit in the scramble. We're not going to blow anything up, but we're going to get the white car ready for Wednesday. Like I said, we got the fate of the 387 coming out Tuesday. We'll race Wednesday. I'll have that video for you like Thursday-ish. And then maybe I might have something ready for Saturday, but I need to focus on white car because I got to do some traveling this weekend to get to this event. So definitely think that if I find an F100, I'm telling y'all, they're not cheap. I talked about the Lightning, but I don't know if I'd want to take the Lightning motor out for that motor, just because Lightning's very specific. So hell yeah. Anyways. I appreciate you guys. Big shout to my sponsors, Handler Motorsports, Tremig, McLeod, Stiflers, Viking, Team Z, Anderson Ford Motorsports, Super Creeps Unlimited, Dave. Appreciate you guys, Kevin Craig and T.I. Dino. Appreciate everybody who's been part of the channel thus far and keeping my little dream alive over here. I appreciate you guys in green right here in the chat. My members, love y'all. Miss y'all this past couple weeks, man. We're going to get this live thing going. We got Fox Days of Christmas coming up. We're going to be talking about that here in the next few weeks. I'd like to get with some of the vendors and see if I can't get some free shit for y'all. We do have a camshaft that we're going to be giving away. It's not going to be tonight, obviously. But Anderson Ford Motorsports gave us an N41 camshaft to give away here on the channel. We're going to be giving that away here in the next couple weeks-ish. Probably a $400 camshaft and worth every penny because this thing's got pretty good duration and has a nice little lumpy item. So stay tuned for that. I need to get that out of here before I end up putting it in something anyways. So build your own Lightning. Hell yeah. Little bump stick. So look forward to that. Be doing something special for my members soon too as well. I think that needs to start happening on pretty much a monthly basis. So you guys, I've been talking about that for a long time and it needs to start happening more. So, appreciate the members. See you guys soon. Check out the videos coming out this week. I love y'all. Miss y'all. It's good talking to you tonight. I'm cutting you off a little bit short tonight, but that's okay. We've been on about an hour and a half. Congratulations to JC on the $100 gift certificate. I will see you guys this week in the other videos. Thanks for watching tonight.